All right guys, Brigitte here with San Diego Seed Company, and today I want to talk to you about growing kale. Kale is a really great crop. It's a really great way to get lots of delicious, nutrient-dense food in your garden for your family. Doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's really easy to grow. So let's go over some tips on how you want to start them. So I've got two different types of kale here. I've got my Red Russian kale, and then I've got my Lacinato kale. Both of these kales do really well in zones 9 and 10 in southern states. It can take the heat of our warm springs and winters. We start our seed in 6-packs or in trays of 50 because it's a lot easier than direct sowing, because sometimes it's hard to keep the rows wet the whole time. You can definitely direct sow, you just want to make sure you water almost every single day. So these starts are just about at the age that we can transplant. They're looking beautiful. Let's pull these up and take a look at their root system here. So you can tell I've got a couple too many in this little area, but that's okay. They transplant really well, and so we can actually break these apart. I've got 1, 2, 3 here. These will go into the garden in fall, winter, or spring. They don't transplant well in the summer, it's just too hot. A pro tip for you is if you are planting these in a time of the year that's really warm, use shade cloth. It will really help your plants be happy during the warmer weather. So those are our pro tips on how to start kale. Let's go over to the farm and get these babies transplanted. All right guys, so we're here on the farm and I'm gonna show you how to transplant your kale starts. So we've got some really good looking kale here. We planted these in this 6-pack. And I'm gonna pull out one whole portion, and you can see I've got 2 here. I've got 1, 2. To make these the happiest, we really want to plant them individually. So we're going to take this one guy, and he's going to go in our freshly prepared garden soil. Look how gorgeous this looks. We got lots of compost and organic matter in there. I don't even need a shovel. It's so beautiful. And it's going to go in right next to our drip tape. Now the key when you're transplanting any transplants is when you pull them out of your whatever you've planted them in, the roots are going to be disturbed, which means that they're going to wilt a little bit. So they need to go into moist soil. And then you need to make sure that you irrigate or water by hand immediately. It's called watering in. This is really going to help your transplants acclimate to their new home. Pro tip, if you're growing in a hot area, you want to use either shade cloth or row cover to protect your baby starts in the beginning as they're really delicate. Now we carry tons of kale varieties for making kale chips, for soups, for salads, for everything. Check them all out today.